As we get older, staying healthy seems to become more of a challenge every year. This is even more true for people who have busy days, like those of us who work in education. Making sure we get enough sleep when we're staying up late grading, trying to eat healthy when we're running out the door early in the morning, and trying to stay on top of whatever underlying health conditions we might have is almost too much for one person to do on their own. This is where we can leverage the power of AI. Take Care is a powerful all-in-one health tracker, but its real magic happens behind the scenes. By simply logging your daily life, what you eat, how you sleep, your activity, and your symptom levels, Take Care's intelligent AI begins to connect the dots for you. In as little as a week, Take Care can start to uncover patterns you'd never see on your own. You can become your own health detective. With Take Care, you can discover hidden triggers in your life. Like, could that midday fatigue be linked to the sugar in your morning coffee? You can use its smart meal analysis so you're not just counting calories. You can start to understand your food. And detailed nutritional breakdowns will actually suggest healthier alternatives that fit your taste. Bring easy-to-read Take Care data with you to your doctor's appointments to optimize your visits. You can even sync your smartwatch to track everything in one place. Plus, if you have any specific health questions, Carrie, your Take Care personal health assistant, will provide you with safe, contextual, and personalized guidance. Download the Take Care AI app on the Apple Store or get it on Google Play. And now, on with the show. This is Lessons We Forgot, and this episode is called Helpers. As teachers, we are the helpers. Mr. Rogers said, "When I was a boy and I would see scary things in the news, my mother would say to me, 'Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping.'" Many of us embody that quote. We are not only helpers for our students and our colleagues here at school, we are also generally helpful in many aspects of our lives. Most of what we do as helpers is part of our job description. We get paid to teach kids to read, to help them make good decisions, and to help families navigate a tricky time in the lives of their kids. But we do so much more than that. I feel like it is my responsibility to help spread a little fun at my school. I try to make sure we're getting together outside of the classroom setting as much as possible. That might mean outside of school when we get the chance, but it also might mean just enjoying each other's company while we share a delicious, though somewhat rushed, meal at school. I don't get paid for doing it, maybe obviously, but I think it's a small thing that I can do to help my colleagues here at school. Other people I work with are amazing listeners. If someone needs to vent, they've got the time to hear it. All you need to do is close the door. Now, they don't get paid extra for giving up their planning time, but they do it anyway. And I'm so thankful they do, because that is not something I'm particularly good at. Other people in my building somehow know exactly how to handle the students with the biggest needs. They warmly welcome them into their room when no one else seems to know what to do with them. They don't get hazard pay for doing it, but I think they know they make the rest of the building run more smoothly. Sometimes it's just the person who stops by the donut or bagel shop to get us morning treats, not because they have a ton of extra time, but because sometimes the kid needs a ride in the car to fall asleep. And despite all that, they still thought of us. As teachers, we are helpers, as part of the job description. But I bet you go way beyond that. But what happens when we are the ones who need the help? If you're like me, being a helper is second nature. Accepting help, on the other hand, makes me very uncomfortable. Honestly, it just doesn't feel right. I'm supposed to be the one helping other people. In fact, I often don't really know how to ask for help, even when I need it. Worse, sometimes I even reject help when it's offered to me, even when it's obvious that I could really use it. Of course, this makes absolutely no sense. It's not like I've ever had any bad experiences with receiving help in the past. No one has ever looked down on me for needing it. In fact, it usually feels really good to be helped by friends and coworkers. On top of that, I know that the people I work with are also helpers. And just like I know it makes me happy to help other people, it will do the exact same thing for them. Accepting help does not mean you're a slacker. It does not mean you don't have your stuff together. And it does not mean you're a burden on the people you work with. It's easy to forget, but it's always good to remember that we are surrounded by helpers at school. Every time I have needed help, way more people have stepped up than I ever thought would. We are such a good team because we can rely on one another. Let's try to be just as likely to accept help when we need it as we are to give it when we see someone in need. As teachers, we are helpers. That means not just you. When you need someone to pick you up at school, Follow Mr. Rogers' advice. Look for the helpers. You will always find people who are helping. Thank you for listening to this week's episode of Lessons We Forgot. I'm the host, Chris Winkle. You can contact me at lessonsweforgot@gmail.com, and you can follow the show or message Lessons We Forgot on Facebook. Either way, I'd love to hear from you and welcome you to our community. If you really enjoyed this episode, please consider sharing it with a friend. That is the best way to help grow the podcast. If you want to hear more Lessons We Forgot, I post new episodes on Sunday nights. Make sure you subscribe to follow the show on whatever podcast platform you use. And when you rate the show, like an episode, or leave a comment, we can reach even more listeners. If you hate ads just like me, I do have a Patreon site, patreon.com/lessonsweforgot, and for only $1 a month, you can get the show without ads. You can try that out right now for free to see if it's something you'd be interested in. Thanks again for your support.